Hello, this is Russell Carlin for my week 3 review video. And I have to say this week went a lot better than last week, mainly just because I just tried to get the assignment done and I didn't worry too much about a lot of other coding. I did do some other things. As you can see, there's a lot more than what we really needed. But other than this little things like that, I just got the assignment done, and that, was a lot easier than trying to learn all of JQM all at once. And also, I had the forms done. Like, for the most part, the forms were all complete. I just had to tweak them and such. But they were all done from last week, because that was one of the things that I did extra. So it wasn't too bad. The difficulties I had were with just names and just little errors. Like the one I had to have a bad form and a good form, obviously, and I was copying and pasting stuff from the bad to the good. Well, I was on the good page, and I was trying to make this code work, and I didn't realize that I was copying the tags, the IDs, so I was changing everything on the bad form instead of the good form, but I was using the good form, so it was all stuff from I was using the old stuff and it wasn't changing at all, and I was just like, why isn't this changing? And it took about 15 minutes to realize I was copying the IDs also, so it was a mess, and I changed them all, and then I found out that everything was working perfectly fine. It was just the IDs were wrong. Okay, moving on to the guide. We have the selector page here again. We'll go into the good first. And one of the little additions I added was the category selector is updated dynamically based on what you select, what game you select. So I picked Skyrim here, and then it has all the different categories. And also, if you didn't see the prompts, tell you to select the game first, and then you can select the category, so that you're not like sitting here trying to collect a category and being like, well, why isn't it showing anything? So it shows, okay, you gotta select the game first, and then go to your category. And then as we go down, has the guide title with an example and the author, and it tells you to use in-game names preferably. So you can just type anything in here. And then the content is just your regular guide, so you just put whatever in there. And then here I have a plugin for a date selector, and I have this disabled so you can't just click this and normally type something in, so it says to tap the button so that you know what to do here. And the default is this the day, it has automatically selected there. And then I have the more options here, which share publicly and allow comments is already selected as defaults, just because that's probably what you would want anyway, but there's an option to deselect that so you don't share it. And then the ELO, which is just like a rating system, you click that and this pops up, which is a slider, and it says your in-game ELO, so you know what the rating it's talking about. And the default is 1520, which is pretty much the average of most gamers. That's their average rating in the games, and it goes from 1000 to 2500. So, and you can select all that, and I think I selected everything, all the required. So yeah, it just saved it, and then it goes back to the resetted guide. Now if you don't put anything in there, it'll say, okay, this is required, and all of the required fields show up as have errors on them. And also the button, it's the only button down here, and it's full width of the screen, so it'd be pretty hard to miss that. I would hope. And on the bad, swap it over here. You can see there's no prompts at all, so if you click this, you probably have no clue what's going on, because there's nothing here telling you that what to do. and it does still work, but like I said, there's no prompts to explain it. Here, the title and name is kind of confusing because a lot of games have like titles you can get in game, so they might think that this is that kind of title or just a title because it's right next to the name, maybe like your title like Mr. and Mrs. and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of sounds stupid, but I mean that's something that could someone make that mistake, and that's something that you don't want. You don't want any mistakes, so that's confusing. And also, the name is just name. It's not like in-game name, so they might just actually put the real name in there, and if they might not want that. So the date, this you can type it, so you can type in here, but it requires a date format. So if you put like I don't know, let's say that, and it has an error save in the guide. And also, if you saw that, that kind of went quick. It just says error saving the guide. There's nothing telling you what you did right or wrong. And then it refreshes it, so then you would lose all of the stuff that you put in there, which would be insanely frustrating if you typed in all of this stuff and then went to select it and forgot to put the date in, or if you messed up the date because it's a specific format and it doesn't show you. So if you mess that up, then everything is going to get deleted, and it's not going to tell you. It's not even going to tell you what you did wrong. So that's very bad and frustrating. And here has the display rating already selected, and it has it at the base of 1,000, which is bad because there's not that many people that would be that rating, for one, and two, you might just not want to display that. And on the bottom, the buttons are exactly the same, and the reset button is first. So if this is not good, this is bad. It's not very prominent. You might mistake and hit the reset button and reset your whole form, and you would just be very upset and angry. And this is very frustrating. This is a very bad form. So never do it like this ever. Okay, I think that's about it for this week, and next week is I'm gonna make this a lot prettier because it's like that's the base. Everything's just the base swatch, so I was wanting to make it a little prettier. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.